If you eat out even semi-regularly, or you're the one grocery shopping for your household every week, there is a credit card sitting quietly in wallets across the country that might be earning you more free travel than almost anything else out there. It's the American Express Gold Card. And in April of this year, on its 60th anniversary, Amex quietly gave it one of its biggest upgrades in years without raising the price. Today I'm breaking down exactly what this card does, what changed, and whether it actually deserves its reputation as one of the best dining and grocery cards in the world. Let's start with the number everyone wants first, the annual fee. It's $325 a year. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds steep compared to a card like the Sapphire Preferred. And it is higher, but stick with me, because this card is built entirely around paying that fee back to you in ways that most people never fully unlock. More on that in a moment. Here's the welcome offer, and this is where things get interesting. New card holders can find out if they're eligible for as high as 100,000 membership rewards points after spending $8,000 in the first 6 months of card membership. Now, that spend requirement did go up this year, so it's not quite the free lunch it used to be. But according to the Points Guy's own valuations, 100,000 membership rewards points are worth around $2,000 when you transfer them to airline and hotel partners. That's real money, sitting there waiting for you to unlock it in your first 6 months alone. One important note, Amex shows you your personal offer before you commit, with no impact to your credit score, so you can actually see the exact numbers before you decide anything. Now, let's talk about why this card earns its reputation, because the everyday earning rates are honestly the whole story here. You earn 4 points for every dollar spent at restaurants worldwide, up to $50,000 a year. 4 points for every dollar spent at U.S. supermarkets, up to $25,000 a year. And 3 points for every dollar spent on flights booked directly with airlines or through American Express Travel. Sit with that for a second. Every dinner out, every coffee run, every single grocery haul for your family, all of it is quietly stacking up 4 times the points of a typical card. If you're someone who spends real money on food, and let's be honest, in this economy, who isn't, this card was engineered specifically to reward exactly that behavior. Here's where the 60th anniversary refresh comes in and why it matters so much. Amex added new perks this year without touching the annual fee, which in an industry where fees keep creeping upward is honestly refreshing. You now get complimentary Hertz 5-star status through the Hertz Gold Plus Rewards program, meaning smoother, faster car rental pickups with elite recognition at no extra cost. There's also a new limited-time Uber One membership credit worth up to $96, covering the cost of an Uber One membership when you enroll. And Amex expanded where you can use the card's dining credit, adding places like Buffalo Wild Wings and regional favorites like Wonder, making that credit far easier to actually spend down every single month instead of letting it quietly expire unused. And speaking of that dining credit, let's talk about the math, because this is where the annual fee starts to shrink fast. The card comes with a dining credit worth up to $120 a year, paid out as up to $10 a month, usable at an enrolled and growing list of restaurants and delivery services. Stack that with the other statement credits built into this card, and independent analysts have calculated the total core credits at around $424 a year. Now, up to is doing real work. In that sentence, you have to actually use the credits. They're a ceiling, not a guarantee. But for someone who orders food regularly, rents a car occasionally, and uses Uber, those credits can realistically offset a huge chunk, sometimes the entire annual fee, before you've even counted the points you're earning. Let's also talk about where those points can actually go, because this is what separates membership rewards from a lot of other loyalty programs. Amex membership rewards transfer to 17 airline partners and 3 hotel partners. That flexibility is a big deal. It means you're not locked into one airline's frequent flyer program, hoping they fly where you want to go. You can shop around, find the best redemption for the specific trip you're planning, and transfer your points exactly where they'll stretch the furthest. Serious travel hackers consistently rank membership rewards among the most valuable and most flexible points currencies that exist today. There's also a benefit that's easy to overlook but genuinely valuable. This card charges zero foreign transaction fees. So if you're traveling abroad, using this card doesn't quietly tax you a few percent on every single purchase the way some cards do. Between the transfer partners and the lack of foreign fees, this card was clearly built with international travelers in mind, not just people going a few states over. Now, let's be fair and balanced, because I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to break down the actual math. The $325 fee is a real number, and it's not for everyone. If you rarely eat out, don't cook much at home either, and don't travel internationally, a lot of this card's value simply won't show up for you. This is not a general purpose earn points on everything card. Unlike some flat rate cashback cards, everyday purchases outside of dining, groceries, and flights earn a base 1 point per dollar, which is not particularly exciting. And unlike some of Amex's higher tier cards, the Gold Card does not come with premium airport lounge access if that's specifically what you're after, that lives on a different, more expensive card entirely. So don't apply expecting a lounge pass. That's simply not what this card is. So who is this actually built for? If restaurants and takeout are a real line item in your monthly budget, if you're the one doing the grocery shopping every week, if you travel internationally and want your points flexible enough to transfer to whichever airline or hotel actually makes sense for your trip. This card was quite literally designed around your spending, not against it. Here's my honest bottom line. $325 is a real commitment. And this isn't a card to grab just because it looks shiny. But when you add up a welcome offer worth roughly $2,000 in value, 4 times the points on the 2 categories most people spend the most money in, dining and groceries, plus up to $424 in usable annual credits, plus 0 foreign transaction fees and access to some of the most flexible transfer partners in the entire industry, the math works out strongly in your favor if your spending actually lines up with this card's categories. This isn't a card built for everyone. It's a card built extremely well for a specific kind of person. And if that's you, it might be one of the best financial decisions you make this year. If this breakdown helped you decide, follow along for more, because Amex just updated this card in April and issuers move fast. I'll keep you posted the moment anything else changes. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.